unmarried Republican presidential candidate Lindsey Graham says that if he does somehow become president, that he would have to have a, quote, rotating first lady. Interesting. Interesting. Now, now he was talking to the Daily Mail online in an interview, and he said, look, I don't really have anybody to fill the role because I'm not married, but if it came down to it, well, I got a sister. She can play that role if necessary. Now, I'm going to leave out the customary, South inbred, kind of jokes, because that would be tasteless, right? And I don't do that. And just say, okay, interesting. So you'd have your sister standing in for, for being unmarried. Now, it's kind of weird, because the way that I look at it is the First Lady is sort of a ceremonial role. I mean, what does the First Lady actually do? I'm not dissing the First Lady. I'm not dissing any First Lady. We've had some pretty influential First Ladies. I mean, obviously, Michelle Obama with her initiatives, Let's Move, and trying to get kids to eat healthy and stuff like that, which, of course, conservatives, Republicans hate it. Like, oh, my God, what? Eating healthy? That's un-American. We're going to go ahead and reclassify pizza as a vegetable. Which, by the way, I like pizza. I'm not a fan of vegetables, which is obvious. I'm kind of a husky guy as a result of that. But nonetheless, First Lady being influential and trying to help people, help kids be a little bit healthier, have better health outcomes. So, even though having, being the First Lady is sort of a ceremonial thing, it's not really, I don't really see it as super necessary. So it is kind of funny that this kind of question would come up. But then again, it is Daily Mail. So his sister, a little background on her sister. Now, her sister could play the role, as Lindsey Graham suggested, but she's also got, full-time family duties, living in South Carolina with her husband and 2 kids. Now, she couldn't be in Washington all the time, so that's why it'd have to be a rotating First Lady. Her sister play First Lady, or his sister, sorry, what a slip, playing First Lady for a couple of weeks, and going back to South Carolina, and then have somebody else. Interesting. Now, this is actually historical, so this has some historical precedence already. First of all, Lindsey Graham wouldn't be the first. If by some crazy chance he got into the White House, he wouldn't be the first unmarried man, of course. Woodrow Wilson actually was unmarried. His wife died a year into his term. So, it's sort of a different situation, but nonetheless, it set a precedent where, if you are unmarried, daughters, sisters, and other female relatives could fill that ceremonial role. Interesting. Now, as I said, the history of this is there have been 2 presidents, like what Lindsey Graham would be, who were actually never married. James Buchanan and Grover Cleveland. Now, Cleveland married 21-year-old Frances Folsom while in office. However, James Buchanan stayed a bachelor. So, Lindsey, why don't you just stay a bachelor? Right? Why not? I'm not going to judge. There's not really any problem with being married or unmarried. So, as I said, it is kind of a fun question of Lindsey Graham, and a little bit of a fun answer. We'll rotate women in. All right, works for me.